Hallo zukünftige Deutsche und Deutscherinnen. Wie geht's heute? Mir geht's gut. Und du? So, ich spreche auf Englisch. Last lesson we covered the differences between mögen, möchten and wollen. So if you remember, well, we will do a bit of a recap, but mögen was to like, wollen was to want, and if you say ich möchte, then you're saying I would like. Okay, but today we are doing ich und meine Familie, and that means me and my family, literally I and my family. Doch zuerst eine kleine Zusammenfassung mit Hans und Heidi. Also, Heidi, hallo Hans, Hans, mir geht's gut. Du Paste? Ja, ich Paste. Und du? Nein, ich bevorzuge Pizza. Don't worry about the word bevorzuge, it's just something I put in there. It means prefer if you're interested. Bevorzuge. So have a go at filling in the blanks as usual. There's just 3 this time. I'll run you through the ones you're allowed to choose. So the first one, there are only 2 or 3 that you can put in there, but you can choose between them all. Are you allowed to do the ones where there's multiple words, if you know what I mean? The second one, you can choose out of 3. And then the third one, you can choose out of 3. However, it would be better if you made it correlate with whatever you have Hans say. So, pause the video, have a go. Right, here is what you could have got. So, wie geht's? You could have also put wie geht's dir or wie geht es Ihnen? And then I put wollst du Pasta? You could also have put magst du Pasta? And then ja, ich wolle Pasta. Und du? Nein, ich bevorzuge Pizza. You could have put mag, and you could have put möchte. And likewise with the hands one, sorry. Now, there is a problem with this, even though it is technically the filled-in version of that. Now, if you can spot the problem, then you really have mastered last week's topic, and you will have no use for the next one. Okay, so I'll give you a bit of time to pause the video, look at that, and spot the problem. Okay, so I'll read it out for you and then you can see if you can spot the problem. Hallo Hans, wie geht's? Mir geht's gut. Wollst du Pasta? Ja, ich wolle Pasta. Und du? Nein, ich bevorzuge Pizza. So, I've read it out. I didn't put any emphasis on the one which is wrong. But if you know what it is, then you know. But if you don't, then don't worry, because we do have a recap for making sure that you know that. Okay, so the problem is, see what's changed? The problem is here with the last thing Heidi says. Now, the verb wollen is not entirely a regular verb, so it's not ich wolle, it's ich will. Ich will Pasta, not ich wolle Pasta. If you didn't notice that, or you thought something else was the problem, then don't worry, because we are about to go over the verb wollen. So that said, let's do it. So, as usual, I've been a bit of an idiot, and I've lost the verb endings, or the verb conjugation, so would you like to fill it in with me? Obviously, I haven't lost it really, so... But yeah, pause the video and have a go at conjugating the verb wollen. You've already been given a clue from the last recap task. Okay, so here's what you should have got. No flexibility with this exercise. So, the first person singular, which is I want, is ich will. The second person singular, which is you want, talking to one person only, is du willst. Not du wollst, and the first one isn't ich wolle, it's du willst. The third person singular, which is he, she, it, wants, is sie oder es will. The first person plural, which is we want, is wir wollen. The second person plural, which is you want, but talking to a group of people, is ihr wollt. And the third person plural, which is they want, so a group of people, or sometimes if you're talking to somebody formally, is sie wollen. And the past, which is I wanted, is ich habe gewollt. Gewollt, not gewollen, gewollt. Also, los geht's mit ich und meine Familie. Also, ich spreche auf Englisch. This is die unmittelbaren Familienmitglieder, which is the immediate family members. You don't need to remember the bit that says unmittelbaren. You don't even really need to remember Familienmitglieder. But this today's lesson will just be listening activities, because I'm going to teach you this and then we're going to cover it a lot more in next lesson, because this is quite an important topic. So today's learning, and then next lesson we'll be putting it into practice. So, zuerst. This lady here, who you may recognize, it's Heidi, and she is die Mutter. Die Mutter, the mother. We will go over saying how to say the wife, the husband, things like that, and the daughter, the son. So, die Mutter, Heidi. Der Vater, the father. So obviously she's not married to Hans, so I had to pull out another picture of a man in order for it to be her husband. Der Vater. And then this girl here with the pink bow in her hair, die Schwester, the sister. This boy here, looking quite angry, wearing a top with the number 7 and some glasses, is der Bruder, the brother. And then that there is das Baby. Das Baby. It's spelt the same, but you can't say das Baby. You have to say das Baby. And then I could not include Hans, and I know it's technically not the immediate family, but I could not exclude Hans, so der Freund der Familie, family friend. Okay, so here is the same slide, but from the point of view of the adults, if that makes sense. So replacing mother with wife. So the way you say the wife is die Frau. Literally just means the woman. There are other ways you can say it, but for now, just die Frau. It's like saying, oh, you could also say spouse or partner or other half, things like that. But for now, just say die Frau. Heidi again. Der Mann, the husband. Once again, it just means the man, der Mann. It's got 2 N's though, remember that. And then die Tochter, the daughter. So from Heidi and whoever that is point of view, this is their daughter, not their sister. And then der Sohn, the son. Remember the H and the different pronunciation. Das Baby stays as das Baby. And then der Freund der Familie stays as der Freund der Familie. Also, die erweiterten Familienmitglieder, the extended family members. So, die Oma, which is not Heidi, but she is the grandmother and she is the mother of Heidi. And der Opa, he is the grandfather or granddad. Die Cousine, which is the word for a cousin who is a girl, differs in German. Der Cousin, which is a cousin who's a boy. Die Tante, the aunt. Der Onkel, the uncle. Also, die Oma, der Opa, die Cousine, der Cousin, die Tante, der Onkel. Hast du eine große Familie? Do you have a big family? Ja oder nein? Ich habe eine kleine Familie. I have a small family. Und du? So today's verb, which comes from that slide, is a very important verb and I just want to include it. It's the verb haben, which is to have. So I've formatted it in a slightly different way, so it's not just a list going down, because A, that's a bit bland, and also sometimes because of text colour in the background and everything, it's sometimes quite hard to see. So I've formatted it, can't speak, in a more accessible way, because I noticed on some of the previous videos that it was a bit harder to see what was going on with those lists. So the first person singular, which is I have, is ich habe. The second person singular, which is you have, is du hast. It's an irregular verb, so it's not du habst, it's du hast. Take out the B, du hast. The third person singular, which is he, she, it has, is sie oder es hat. Yep, it's an irregular verb, so it's not habt, it's hat. Now the first person plural is we have, and in German that's wir haben. The second person plural, we don't vary in English, we do in German, which is you plural have, auf Deutsch ihr habt. The third person plural, which is they have, or if you're talking to somebody in a very formal way, is auf Deutsch sie haben. Sie haben. Also, I have, auf Deutsch, well done, ich habe. You have, auf Deutsch, gut gemacht, du hast. He, she, it has, auf Deutsch, gut gemacht, sie oder es hat. We have, auf Deutsch, gut gemacht, wir haben. You plural have, auf Deutsch, gut gemacht, ihr habt. And they have, auf Deutsch, gut gemacht, sie haben. Also, I'll go to the previous slide now. Hast du eine große Familie, ja oder nein? So, what is he, she, or it has? Have a go in your head. Gut gemacht. Sie oder es hat. So let's go back and let me select one. Okay. What is I have auf Deutsch? Gut gemacht. Ich habe. So you can try memorizing them that way, or you can do it your own way. But next lesson, we will be doing much more work on that. I just wanted to teach you, the bare bones and everything, like who they are and everything, but we will do more work on it next lesson. So next lesson will be kind of a part 2 of this. So, thanks for watching.